We've been involved in the Nebraska Writing Project for 3 years now, and it has been a great thing for our school. We've asked all of our teachers to be trained in the Institute through an embedded institute here we've had at Pius. It's been a tremendous thing for our school. It's been very valuable to both students and teachers, and I think it's well worth your time as an administrator to look into promoting this within your school.
The Nebraska Writing Project has allowed me to make writing matter, not only for myself, but for my students, and hopefully allowing them to create a space where they can do that type of writing and make it meaningful to them. My students and I, we try to come to, if I have creative writing, to bring them to the Sunken Gardens whenever I'm teaching this class, whenever it works into our schedules, because this is a beautiful place to write. Allows them to experience nature in its finest, prettiest form, and they do some awesome writing when we get back to the classroom.
So it was a grassroots effort, completely controlled and created by the elementary and high school teachers, so that then they could go on and teach elementary and high school teachers as well. So it's a peer learning experience, not a top-down experience, and that's what makes it so exciting.
My experiences with the Nebraska Writing Project have been wonderful. I took the Nebraska Writing Project probably about, it'd be 9 years ago, and helped me grow as an individual immensely. Personally, I was more comfortable with my writing. I learned the importance of storytelling and keeping stories. And the fact that they live on, I always share that with my students. We do family poetry, and it's something, I think that's initially where I got that. You know, I said, you guys, you have wonderful stories, and if you don't write them and collect them, they're gone forever. And because of that, it inspired me to do family poetry unit with my Pius freshmen. And I've had parents come back, grandparents have emailed me and said it was so delightful to have my grandchild ask me about what life was like, you know, when I was his age or her age. And, you know, it's really meant something to people. And it's meant a lot to me. I mean, right before my grandfather died, I was able to sit down with him and collect memories and stories, and now I have those for my children, who really will never know their great-grandfather.
So in 1997, in the summer, the University of Nebraska Writing Project decided, at the suggestion of Dr. Paul Olson, who was heavily involved in School at the Center, that we should take the traditional summer rural institutes of the Writing Project away from a university campus and bring them out to a rural school. So Henderson was chosen as the first site for that. So we had about 20 rural teachers from across the state, literally, come and participate in a 3-week institute. These are this is their little writing, illustrated by their photography. Here's some nice pictures.
The Nebraska Writing Project is Nebraska's only site of the National Writing Project. We serve the entire state of Nebraska, 300 by 500 miles. At times during our history, which goes back to 1977, we've had institutes all over Nebraska, as far away as Chadron, the far southwest corner of the state, and several in the eastern part of the state, all the way up to Wayne College. We also do a number of in-service programs. We do 2 that are important. One is the Embedded Institute program, where we'll come out and work with an entire school and put a team of experienced writing project teachers in with principals and administrators and teams from the school, so that they can work together during a school year program to try to get some of the same goals accomplished that we get through in the summer programs. We also do a set of rural institutes which are aimed for working with schools and communities. We've done about 17 of those since 1997 across the state of Nebraska. During those programs, community members and teachers will come together in the same room, share their writing, and then work on what the connections need to be between their school and the community to make the writing, make their school really improve and grow their community. So those are the kind of programs that the Writing Project offers. Our application period for the summer institutes is always in April, and individual teachers can apply to get into those institutes by sending me a brief contact. All I'm asking for is a couple pages that say what you're doing with writing in your classroom right now and what you'd like to learn. And from that, we have a phone interview process. We choose the best 20 teachers for a given summer that go through that. If you're an administrator and want to contact us, we try to work about 6 months to a year in advance of when your program will be delivered.
And we heard about the Nebraska Writing Project through two other schools in our district, La Vista West Elementary and G. Stanley Hall, who had the Nebraska Writing Project as part of their comprehensive school reform grant. And we also received that grant, and so wanted to duplicate what they had done with their staff. We have 24 teachers who are participating in our building, which is a good percent of our staff. It's been a wonderful experience, not only in developing writers and developing better teachers of writers, but also it has been one of the most outstanding professional development as far as bringing our staff close together. We have built relationships. We have been vulnerable to each other as we share our personal writings, which has strengthened our professional relationships. I see so much more teaming going on between our teachers. They'll see an equip in class and then they'll do it, hey, let's do it together. It doesn't matter if it's a music class, an art class, a kindergarten class, a 6th grade class. Everybody wants to work together.